Greetings from WBCS Neo. Right, in this video we're going to be talking about the controversial dark web, or deep web. We'll explain the differences between the two variations. So generally, as a rule, as the internet is, the piece of internet we use is about 4% of the whole global network system. Okay, that's the 4% you're allowed to use on a day-to-day basis. Okay, I've still got a little bit of a tickle from me horrible fluey coldy thing, so just bear with me if I sound a bit weird. So every day browsing the internet, you think, well, the internet's a fantastic huge place. It is 4% of the whole internet that you can actually gain access to. If you use things like the best one to use is Tor browser, you can gain access to a lot more information that's out there. You have to do a lot of digging. Excuse me. You have to do a lot more digging. You need to know a bit more about how to browse and how to find information before you even go there, really. You need to know how to find search engines that work when you're in site searches and stuff like that. So there's a lot involved in Tor browsing, in browsing the dark web. It's not a thing you can just click on, surf, find what you want. It doesn't work like that. It's off the grid. It's like you're going down the A1 and then find a dirt road somewhere that leads to treasures you'd never seen before. Okay, if you're someone who does Bothian, for example, you'll know where I'm coming from for that. You know anybody can walk along a big tar road. You drift off the path, you can find some really cool places to stay overnight. It doesn't cost you a penny. Really nice bothies. That's another aspect of it. So the dark web basically has millions of little dark tracks where you can branch off and go wandering. Okay, I will say now, the dark web is not necessarily the nicest place to go, because it's called the dark web for a reason. It's out there, it's pitch black, you don't know what you're going to bump into when you go places. The reason why I use certain browsers like Tor browser and stuff is because they try to make your anonymity as secure as possible. You also need to do your homework on that, and there is other ways you can do. You can sort of bounce yourself around the globe a few times like a proper hacker does. Okay, so you can bounce yourself around anonymous servers and stuff like that and come out the other end to find your search results. Nobody can find you. Okay, you can get right off the grid if you know what you're doing. That is entirely up to you to learn. I'm not going to teach you that today, because it took me a good hour to try to figure it all out, how to work it well. Okay, but I will show you how to use Tor browser. I will show you a few little websites you can find. They don't use standard HTTP. The websites you go to are off the grid, so there's no real reference until you find them, and then you can use that reference. But until you find them, they're off the grid. They're there for a reason. They're off the grid for a reason, you know, most of them anyway. Some of them are quite easy to find because they're within search engines and stuff. So we'll have a go at it and we'll show you what I mean. So if you need to, obviously, get Tor browser, this is the official website. Okay. Do not go anywhere else to get it, because you don't know where you're getting it from if you're going somewhere else. Okay, this is the official development site. Windows version, Apple, get rid of them evil demons. Linux Mint, Linux Mint. That was a pun. And Android as well, so you can download on your phone. Okay, so Tor browser. We will launch Tor browser so you can see what it's all about. So there it is here, my desktop. So start the Tor browser. I'm going to launch it. Just minimize this. I'm just waiting for it to start up. And there it is. Okay, Firefox, basically, that's what it is. I did a video the other day about secure browsers and stuff, and Firefox is generally the all-round best browser for security. because it is fully customizable. You can program lots and lots of features like gateway filtering and stuff, where you bounce around the globe a few times before you actually get to your destination. So you can jump around from different countries all over the place and all sorts of things like that. If you get that technically involved. You don't have to, but it makes your life a little bit less of a misery if if you get found out. Don't get me wrong. It's not illegal to look at anything. Okay, I know I'm going to say this. Even child porn, technically, it's not illegal to look at, but to actually own it is a criminal offence. Okay, so if you see it on the screen, the problem is it's already probably on your computer somewhere anyway. So that makes it a criminal offence. So it's a bit of a grey area, but it's like looking at bomb stuff. Generally as a rule, there's no harm in looking at the media content. It's whether or not you're actually going to do something with it. I'm very fascinated with science and chemistry and stuff like that. I like making reactions happen, and not necessarily bombs, but you can make bombs. This is the annoying thing is you can make bombs out of household appliances in your home. You know what I mean? There's plenty of chemicals in your home that can be a bomb reactive. Okay? People don't tell you that because they don't want you to go and hunt it out and make bombs. Blow your kitchen up. Okay? So I'm saying now, don't do it. It's not brilliant. I mean, if you're supervised by someone who knows a little bit about chemistry, fine. Okay? You can have a play. Anyway, so we'll get back to the Tor browser. This is going to allow me to connect up. So all this is going to take a little while to connect up because I have myself routed about 30 times around the planet. Okay, so it takes a little while for it to get going on mine. Just because I want to be that more secure. I don't want people knowing what I'm doing. I'm doing a video as an example, that's it. Okay, so this is your Tor browser. Now I did manage to find a nice little Onion search engine. Okay, I'll explain what an Onion is. Onion is a bit like your .co.uk or your .com or .org. .onion is basically the site thing, and it'll have a reference before the onion. In this case, this search engine is actually a regular HTTP search, but it looks for onion sites because Firefox allows you to look for onion sites. So if I wanted to look for, I'm going to look for a very controversial thing. Okay, anybody who is anybody. I always forget about this. This is the problem with bouncing around the planet a few times. Because it takes a while for the search engines to load up and stuff. Right, so I'm not going to say what this is, okay? But I will say is, if you look for it, devil be you, okay? You get caught with shit, not my responsibility. The Anarchist Cookbook is one of the sort of holy grail books of the planet, and it's got some really dodgy and at the same time very resourceful information in there, how to do anything and everything in regards to survival as well. It's really good. Anyway, so we've got an Anarchist Bookstore. I know this one's dead because I was checking it this morning. Okay, so it's just a search engine. So I've seen this and I thought, oh, there's a few bookstores. Now I'm going to show you this. This one's a weird one. Okay, and this is a prime example of why you have to really watch people doing this sort of thing. Because of the nature of the content, it could highly get you arrested. Okay, so as you can see from this, the survival nerve. Okay, nurse station under adverse conditions. Okay, guerrilla warfare. Right, bug book, how to make bugs. I tried to look at that one. That one's dead. Okay, the one that got me interested, I mean, bomb designs. There you go. So this shows you stuff that you can find. Would I find this as easy on the internet? probably, but it would be very, 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 very filtered. Okay, and people will be knowing I've been looking at it. Whereas on this, it's people aren't going up other than the video. Okay, I haven't looked at them as such. Kitchen improvised fertilizer explosive. You know, I was on about the Anarchist cookbook and telling you how to make bombs out of kitchen appliances. There you go. Okay, so this has got a load of books. I was looking at this. This is cool. If you click on it, you get a book. You will get the original authorized book. Just wait for it to load. So there it goes. Do it yourself gunpowder cookbook. Okay. Don McLean. Okay. You can probably purchase that from anywhere, or you can get it over the library. But it goes through contents. Grow your own gunpowder. Would I recommend trying it? Under supervision, yes. If you have the right environment, a proper scientific environment where you can experiment safely, you're not going to blow half the street up, fine. Okay? If you've got a proper test lab, you know, that's got like 4-foot concrete walls around it and stuff like that in your back garden, hey, go for it. So there you go. So this has got a load of pages. Everything's slow because I am bouncing round the planet. Okay, I am off the grid. I am going round and round the planet a few times. So it takes a long time to load up even a straightforward document PDF. Okay, so that's an example of what you can find. It's a bit dodgy. Look at this. C4, homemade C4. Okay, this is the sort of thing you can find on the dark web. Would I recommend your kids go into it? Hell bloody no. Okay, I was always fascinated by chemistry and physics and stuff like that when I was a kid. I did lots of weird experiments with caps, you know, those banging caps, the little tabs of paper rolls with had the little explosive caps in them. I used to try and make rocket explosives by combining all those into a big mass. It worked quite well. So things like that. I wasn't stupid enough to go extreme, but I knew what blew up and what didn't. Or how badly it blew up. Some of my friends have learned otherwise by doing stuff like making genies out of unexploded bangers, for example. Not a great idea when you're trying to light a genie with your coat over your head over the top of the genie. Needless to say, it took about a week or two to get his eyebrows back. Anyway, so people like that, crazy. One of my best mates from school, you know, he was always a bit of a nutter. So anyway, now the other thing I found today, which was quite nice, this link here, and this is a good example. You see this link at the top here? That's an example of an onion link. Okay, that's an onion ID, as it were. As you can see, there's literally no reference to it at all. There's no name to it. It is random gibberish, and it is somewhere in the dark web. Okay, it's out there. It's floating around. You will not find it on any browser unless you use a dark web browser. Okay, it does not exist on the internet. Okay, but this is quite an interesting one. So we've got this one here, which I'm going to click on. Okay, so this onion site is really cool. Now it's got, I found this today by accident. The thing with Tor browsing as well and browsing the dark web is you will probably spend most the beginning of your Tor experience just trying to figure out how to find stuff, because nothing is available. There's no real big search engines for the dark web. You just have to learn how to use the dark web and be efficient with it. It's a great learning curve. So I found blooming cough. Where are we? Hidden wallets, hidden answers. What was it I found in this list? I thought I'd put that. Okay. We've got the Zook, Spyware Watchdog, 8th Reference, cool. Obscure Music Catalogue, that was the one. And what this does is, it's not an onion site, but because it's come from an Onion site, it is now bouncing around under off the radar to get to this site in New Zealand, which has got a massive, massive music storage system. Okay, come across it purely by accident. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're decrypting the website because it's coming from the dark web. So it's now allowing me access by decrypting itself upon my presence, which is great. Okay, so we'll let this load up again. Like I say, I'm bouncing around the globe a few times, so it takes a long time. I'm not trying to go from A through to B to C. I am going literally through the whole alphabet to get to Z. So it takes a bit longer. Right, I'm going to get another drink. And we're getting there. Right, so as you can see here, music folder, and there is a lot of unusual music in here. Tons of it, absolutely tons of. I wouldn't even know where to begin with this amount of information. Amos, I recognise that one, Amos and Sarah. So yeah, it's basically a very large database of unusual music, not necessarily strange and weird and you wouldn't listen to it ever. It's like some tracks that you probably forgot about or could never remember the name of or didn't know the name of, and you'll probably find it in this list. I heard a song before and I was like, actually I remember listening to that and never knew what it was called. But there is so much in here. 1978, Alabama Feeling. I mean, there is so much in here. You just don't know what to look at. Got 2020 music. Bad, not good. Whatever that is. Never. A lot of these I'm looking going, I have no absolute clue what some of these are. Some people, there's a lot of old stuff in here, so some people who are older than I am probably thinking, oh, actually I know that, Billy Harper, or, I don't know if these are 1977. There we go. So you can click on there and you can find a song. So whatever that is, somebody might recognise that. Drop a comment below. And you can click on these and just download them. Okay, there's no buggering about. You click on it, download it, you can listen to it, or you can download the entire thing as a zip format. You can do what you want. I'm bouncing around the globe a few times, so it takes me a long time to download these, otherwise I'll download one and let you have a listen. But it just takes too long because I'm not, like I say, as I've said loads of times, I'm so under the radar, it's unreal. So that's another variation of what you can find if you just dig around. But doing it this way means you're off the grid. Nobody's watching what I'm doing other than what you're watching now. Okay? Hey, ooh, ah, I'm going to get arrested. No, I'm not, because I haven't listened to it, I haven't downloaded anything. I have just here. Okay? So, let's go back to this library, see what else we can find. I want to have a look at this href cool, whatever this means. Let's have a laugh at this. I haven't clicked on this. Bodies, crimes, games, real stories. The final heartbeat of a what? What the heck? Supernatural? Oh, demonic, mischief, outer space. Can you see what I mean? How about the dark web? You can click on one thing and you'll be in a different area of out there-ness. It's visions, tapes, Africa classic field infinite tapes, vaporware, real stories, legends, novels. I mean, this is just one thing I've clicked on in that list. That's spyware watchdog. What the hell is this all about? So sometimes you just got to take a plunge and see where you end up. It's a dead site. So usually onion site not found means it's dead. So that one's down as well. Let's have a look at the other mirrors. See if we can find a mirror that's still alive. Mirror sites are basically dupe or clone sites of a main site and try to keep it going, as it were. A lot of mirrors get attacked and brought down by government who don't want people to know what's on there. So why would the government want to do that, I wonder? So there we go. What's this? Articles. Online spyware. Oh my word. Bad Wolf. Oh my god. Sea Monkey. Oh yes, this is right. This is a list of web browsers, online content, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, messaging clients. Oh my god, this is. See, I've dived into an area thinking, ooh. Telegram has privacy issues apparently. Let's just click on that just for a giggle. Right, so Telegram, which is what I use, apparently has some privacy options such as the telephone number verification and round communication through official telegrams. We don't know how old this document is because Telegram is quite really good. Let's have a look. So yeah, it's quite good. So this is what I mean. You can find stuff on there that you probably wouldn't necessarily find as much information about if you were to look for it somewhere else. Catgirl care. Don't want to click on that. Guide to proper catgirl care. What? What? Okay, this is just a regular website apparently. Okay, so this is obviously costume stuff, I would assume, by the looks of what I read. So I mean, you can start off on one thing and end up in such a different location. Right, let's just try and find. Just wait for this website to load up. Let's just find. I don't know, what can we find? Nissan GTR. Let's just do a general search with this and just see what we'll get. Okay. The hidden wiki. Okay. VidsTube Invidious. Oh, that sounds interesting. VidsTube Invidious. Let's see if it's got anything alive. So you can see Tor browser has its pluses and disadvantages. In my case, it takes a long time because I'm keeping right off the grid. I don't want to upset people. Getting used to using Tor browser is a very big leap from using Firefox, for example, standardly, because you're relying on your own knowledge to find stuff. If you're not savvy on using search engines or finding a way of finding search engines to find stuff, then you will be stuck with Tor and you will struggle with it. Oh my god, VidsTube. So this is busy downloading at the minute. Okay, so interesting. Cinematic mode, iPhone 13. Cinematic mode, I mean, the iPhone 13 says cinematic mode. All you got to do is push the screen on a Samsung and you get the same effect. And Samsung has had that forever. Go figure. Never mind. Anyway, so iPhone, bloody crap. Right. So yeah, this is just videos with all sorts about Z Flip hidden secret features. So you see when I'm just dug in by accident. I mean, I'm waiting for them to load up again because I've got slow connection through the whole internet gateway. But I don't have to worry about anybody knocking on my door. Okay. So, that was interesting anyway. Statistics, ad service. I don't know. Let's just try flowers. Out of curiosity. Oh, look at the hive. Buds and flowers category. So, just wait this to find its way. This is the problem with the dark web as well, is because nothing. It's not like the standard webs. World Wide Web, where you've got DNS servers keeping everything updated. Obviously everything's off the grid, so there's no DNS that's keeping records really of anything that's going on beyond the normal 4% of the internet. The rest, the 96% of the what we're looking at now is basically untraceable. It's just something you've got to find your way through. Sometimes you get a route through, sometimes you won't, but it just depends. Okay, let's have a look. 14 grams. I'm just clicking on random things here. I'm not looking at anything specific. But it showed at the start I easily found that thing with how to make homemade guns and explosives and things like that purely by accident. Now if I was a 13-year-old doing that, God knows what would happen. You know, poor kid will probably end up blowing his fingers off and stuff. So this is why, if you are a parent concerned about dark web, the first thing to look for on any computer is Tor browser, because that's what's going to give you access to it. There's not real much any way other than Tor browser. There's probably other browsers out there. I don't know, I haven't looked, but Tor browser is the #1 dark web browser, so it's most likely going to be used. Oh look, so we removed commissions on all products, 20% discount, coupon code. And I'm on Anonymous Marketplace. Oh, what's this do? Cannabis? Oh look. Okay, opioids, prescription. So, I've stumbled across a marketplace for certain things. We're not going to that. Weed and cannabis. Look at that straight away. So, there's botany there. So there we go. All about how to do nicotine. So you make your own ciggies. So, this is an example of how vast the dark web is. Could I find them on a regular? Yes, probably. Would I be traced? Yes. As soon as I go on there, it'll be like, who's this guy? Bum bum bum. Unless you've got running VPNs, anonymous servers and stuff like that, you're going to be caught with quite quickly. Okay, there we go. So this is quite good. This tells you all about identification. So it's a nice little wiki. It's an onion site, so it's off the grid, and it's just like Wikipedia, but it's just nobody knows I'm looking at it, which is great. Okay, so that's the dark web generally. Okay, can you use it for general stuff? Yes, you can. If I go to my website, let's just see what it does. So I'm bouncing around the globe a few times to go to my own website. This is funny. So it goes here, it works. It actually runs the whole website as well, would you believe it? So, yeah, that works. Trying to think of what else I can quickly search for. What would be... Let's do Rubik's Cubes, because that's one of my little fortes. Okay, just out of curiosity. Environmental cubism. What? These segments are going to be this. What? So I mean, you get some weird, wacky results, don't you? Penis envy mushroom. Oh dear me, that's so funny. Oh, okay, then we're going to buy drugs online: cocaine, LSD, weed. Right, so we don't want to go there. Yeah, so this shows you the dark web has its funny moments, and it has its very sort of media oriented, notorious moments where media say, oh, dark web, you don't want to go on there, you're going to get hacked, you're going to get spied on, you're going to get the CIA busting your door down stuff. Complete shit. Absolute shit. Hate the bloody media. The media is the devil. Okay, you all need to stop listening to media, because it is all made up, hyped bullshit. Okay, so that is the dark web. Voila. Wasn't so scary. You know what I mean? Yes, I found some stuff I didn't want to look at. I didn't manage to go anywhere near you know, murdering videos or child porn or anything like that. It didn't come up. So the media saying, oh, you know, as soon as you go on there, you're going to be affiliated with being a child porn surfer. You know, I mean, you're going to be a paedophile and all this bollocks. Absolute horseshit. Okay? If you know, or if you use it, it's like it's like anything on the planet. If you use it responsibly and carefully, it will not kick you in the teeth. A gun will not kill you unless you use it in a stupid manner. Simple. Okay? You can give a completely working function gun to a flipping 4-year-old. If it hasn't got bullets in, it's not going to kill him. Okay? It's that simple. And that's the dark web. The dark web's not going to cause any problem unless you give the ammunition to people to make it worse for them. Kids are very curious. That's natural. That's what we do, or what we did, I should say. I'm not a kid now, but I'm a kid at heart. But to parents, obviously keep an eye on them. If they're looking at Tor browser for any reason, just ask them why. Don't pressure them and say, oh, you don't want to be doing that, blah 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 blah. It isn't a dangerous place unless you make it dangerous or they make it dangerous. If you turn around and go, oh, you don't want to be using dark web, they're going to go, why don't they want me to use that? And they're going to use it more. So it's a bit like smoking. Some kids will take a puff and go, hell no, that's not for me. Some kids will get addicted, unfortunately. So, Tor browser, or should we say the dark web, is it safe? Yes, in moderation and if used correctly. Okay. Will it keep you off the grid? Hell yes, it will pretty much keep you off the grid. Is it really as dangerous as the media says? Not unless you've got lots of money to buy lots of guns and drugs and whatever else. Okay. Don't get us wrong, the dark web has ties with stuff like drug cartels, blah blah blah. Trying to find that stuff, that is in the dark web. You've got the deep web. So what you've got, imagine an iceberg. The iceberg scenario is what generally has happened. Right at the tip of the iceberg, okay, that's your internet. Okay, the bit you can see above the water. As you dive into the water, you will see the much bigger picture of the deep web. Okay, that is the substantial, huge amount, which is just crammed, massive, full of information and stuff there. Then you've got the really, really dark bottom end of the iceberg, where only fish with glowing lights can see. Okay, and it's a very small percentage, and that's the dark web. Okay, and that's where the nasty stuff is. Okay, and you have to dive very, very bloody deep to get to that dark web area where you can buy, trade nuclear arms and stuff like that. Okay, it is possible, but you really need to know what you're doing. And to be fair, no offence to little 13-year-old nerds who think they know it all, know enough all, ain't going there quick. Okay, but just keep an eye on kids. So some kids are clever. I was a clever, nerdy computer kid. I could have done stuff like that, but just keep an eye. If you think your kid's really, really clever with computers, keep an eye over the shoulder. Okay, so that's a dark web. That's Tor browsing. There's no harm in it, as long as it's done safely. Okay, don't blow yourselves up by looking at silly things. Okay, until next time, see you later. Hi, this is WBCS Neo. Thank you for watching this video. If you did like it, please check out all the other videos I do have. More importantly, please subscribe, like, share, and if you can, comment below if you want. Okay, comments will be answered as soon as I can. Until the next time, see you later. Bye bye.